Hi, this is Sabrina with TGMI. If you're a Black woman, these are the top three things you need to be investing in now. The top three things you need to be investing as a Black woman right now: cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, real estate, and stocks. So, as a Black woman, you should be investing in cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, right now. And this is a way for you to set yourself outside of the current financial system. I want you to think of Bitcoin pretty much like a new frontier, a digital city that no one's in right now, but everybody wants to be in 10 years. And you need to start staking your claim on your property or your digital real estate. And you can do that with Swan or Cash App to start buying Bitcoin. If you really want to delve in deeper into what Bitcoin is, what cryptocurrency is, and how to be a part of it, we're having a special event Memorial Day weekend. We'll have it posted in the comments after this live. Now, the second thing as a Black woman you need to be investing in right now is real estate. It can go two different ways. The most important is that you need shelter. It's very important for you to have a roof over your head. That's you and yours alone, that you're not in a toxic relationship, just to have a roof over your head. And you can really move the way you want to do. So, the next option of real estate, or where you want to go with real estate, is to build wealth through renting. A lot of people, when they have their first home, they do a duplex. So they'll live on one side. So they have their shelter. And then they can do Airbnb or rent out the second side. So that way you have a mortgage and you also have a way to take care of yourself all in one. The obvious is selling. So once you have shelter, or if you're buying, selling real estate, if it's in the right market and you got in at the right time, it can be very profitable for you to sell real estate. Now, as a Black woman, the third thing you need to be investing in right now is stocks. If you don't know what stocks are, basically stocks with publicly traded companies in the United States, stocks are owning a little piece of that company, and you can buy them through stocks exchange like Charles Schwab's or Fidelity. Let's go on and on. But the reason why you want to get in stocks is that you want to hedge your money against inflation. Right now, we had a live stream, a live on inflation last week. But basically, what's happening with inflation is, think of it as your money buying less and less and less. So if you have $100 2 years ago, it's buying a third of what you could buy right now with the same $100. But if you would have took that $100 and put it into the stock market, specifically the S&P 500, which is the Standard and Poor's 500, and that's basically all of those publicly traded companies I just told you about with stocks. Instead of just putting all your money into Amazon, which is one stock, or Tesla, which is not doing really good right now, another stock, you can put it into an index fund for the S&P 500, hedge your bet. Now, historically, it's been doing pretty good. It's been outperforming inflation, which that means is that the S&P 500 has been giving you 10 to 20% for the past 10, 20 years, which is making your money make money and make you buy more things. So you want to be, sorry, I lost my train of thought real quick. But the third thing you want to invest in as a Black woman is stocks, in the S&P 500 specifically. And don't get intimidated about this. I know when you hear stocks, from all these tech bros and stuff like that, you think you need thousands and thousands of millions of dollars. You can get into the game with just like $20 a month. And we're going to be doing special series, so don't feel lost on all these three things. So just stay with us. We'll be here every Monday evening going over, how you can make the most out of your life. Okay, we're going to pause for questions right now. Okay, so I got this question of why, as a Black woman, should we really be investing or concerned about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin? Um, let's put this the right way. They don't want you to know about it. Anything that's going to make you money and make you glow up, they're going to try to confuse you and keep you out the know. So that's why you hear all these crazy stories and all these things about cryptocurrency. Is there a lot of scams out there? Yes, but you need to build your knowledge up about it. Basically, the reason why you need to know what cryptocurrency is that it's outside. It's a new frontier. Think of it as like when the internet first started and everybody's like, we don't need to be on the internet. This is what cryptocurrency is. It's that next thing where everybody's like, we don't really need cryptocurrency. We got paper dollars. But it's that new digital frontier that nobody's messing with right now. So if you can start putting your foothold in it in 10 years, I want you to think about everything I'm telling you about in 10 years. So don't get caught up with all the news and the buy, sell quick with cryptocurrency and all the tech bro stuff. Think of it as real estate, digital real estate, a new frontier where you can work and move the way you want to globally without a rigged system, and you're not trapped into a country. And then you can buy your own block. So think of like blockchain and cryptocurrency as buying your own block in the future, and being able to move the way you want to move. So if you want to get your foot into the big Bitcoin currency, I understand like Bitcoin's like $60,000 for one Bitcoin. You're like, Sabrina, I ain't got it like that. So last time we just set up a tutorial in regards to Swan Bitcoin. And as little as $10 a month, I ain't getting paid by it, trust me. But this is a way you can get your foot into the system. So I want everybody to know about it. It's Swan Bitcoin. We have a tutorial on YouTube that talks you all the way through it. All you really need is $10 and you can get into the game. Now, on top of that, we're going to be having a Memorial Day event specifically for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency that we go through, talk about the history, talk about it, help you set up the wallet, and then give you more information. And there's Q&A, so you can really talk to me about it. And we'll have that posted in the comments. That'll be Memorial Day weekend. Did you have another question about Bitcoin? Okay. So why should we be looking at Bitcoin now and cryptocurrency now? And I get that a lot from my clients because everybody wants to be first and look like a fool. So it's like, let's see how it goes. You want to do it now, even though it's $60,000 a pop, is because you want to get in there. The more people, the more Black women we have in there, the more control and the more power you'll have in the future. And the reason why I want to say that is because the current system we have, where United States is the unipolar world, the US dollar runs pretty much the world. And they've been playing games with it, and it's coming towards the end. We're in late stage capitalism. Everything's starting to go down. That's why there's so much inflation. That's why you're noticing or feeling like your money's not buying what it used to buy. And it's only going to be getting worse this coming decade. So instead of crying we know life is life and this is where it is in the game, you can kind of set up and play your own game and you make your own path by doing one of these three things. And Bitcoin is a good way where you've got your foothold in there, you're buying your block, and you can make your own rules for the future. So Bitcoin cryptocurrency is so important for me as a brand because I've been an accountant for 30 years. I've seen people work their hard to the bones and just lose everything, all because they weren't educated, all because they weren't given access to capital, all because maybe they were trying to get licensing or permits and they got played around with because it was a rigged game. I'm in Florida, so it's a good old boy system and it's dirty. So with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I read the white paper by Satoshi, and it's really helping disenfranchise or people who aren't in the game be able to take their power back take their value back, and then move the way they want to without country borders. You can move globally. If I had Bitcoin, I can go pay somebody else in Bitcoin in Thailand. And I don't have anybody knowing my numbers or that, or if I have to get something, or some lady at the bank who thinks I look suspicious that won't cash my check or anything like that, I can just move the way I want to move and nobody needs to know my business. So that's why I like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It's a way to move, a way to provide capital and money to people who that's been kept away with. It's a way to build community. And I love it because it's all backed by the computer system where everything is visible. So there's no games to be played. If you have the wallet address, you can see all the activity, what's going on. And if they move the way they say they're going to move. So it's all there. You have smart contracts. So if you don't trust someone, there's a way that it says, hey, look, this person did this, that, I'll release the Bitcoin. So there's all kind of systems in there that allow us to move the way we want to and not be restricted. And I like freedom. And that's why I love Bitcoin. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. I'm gonna put you on this screen because I keep looking over there at you, and it's look like, why is she looking over there? Okay, so I'm gonna cut off the share screen so I can just take questions and answers and really, see what you guys want. Please use me. I'm a CPA with 30 years experience that's just dying to help out people. So I'm here. So you asking, I've got a question. I'm just going to clarify it. So just be patient with me. So are you asking me why real estate, Bitcoin is digital real estate. So why would I want that versus real estate? Is that the question? Okay. So the question I got was in regards to, I just explained that Bitcoin is like a digital city that you want to buy a block of now and it'll be popping in 10 years. And the question is, why would I want to buy Bitcoin, which is virtual real estate, versus real estate property? And so with real estate, you have to be very careful with. I'm in the state of Florida right now. So I was raised like if you buy real estate, you're set. It's always going to value. But we're in a very inflated market right now. So when I mentioned the top three things, you have to be very careful with real estate that you get in at the right time. And you want to buy low and sell high. Um, and a lot of people get caught in the mix where they're getting right into the city where everything's like super crazy high right now. And when I say real estate, people may think like a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom house, fully furnished in like a HOA place. You don't want to really do that. With real estate, you want to buy low. If you're not tied to the city, you want to go out, you get cheaper buys and stuff like that. But you want to find real estate that you can get into low, that's going to be profitable and not a burden. I had a client who just bought a house last year in Florida, and all our insurance companies ran out. So he got in. He said that they told him that his monthly payment would be like $1,200, and then his insurance bill came in, and now it's like $2,000. So he's like paying an extra $12,000 a year. He's got his house, but he's like, man, I should have just rented. And I'm like, well, you got in the market at the wrong time, and that's a lot of this investing is just making sure you're in the right time and not just getting too attached to stuff because somebody told you to do it. So you have to do your research. Did that answer the question? I mean, you want to look at historical prices and see. I mean, like if houses were paying for 75,000 5 years ago, and then the COVID happened, there was a boom, and everybody came down to Florida, and now that same house is like $500,000. You don't want to buy it right now. You want to look at stuff like that, and just make sure you have the position. But I mean, if it's a piece of property, and it's like 5 acres out someplace that it's got a water source and looks good, I'm buying it, because you just never know. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so the comment or question I got is that most Black women are working 9 to 5. They feel the pressure. They're busy, and how can they focus, or how can they even think about getting into these three things, or why would they want to get into these three things while they're trying to build their careers and do everything they think is the right way of elevating themselves. And I'm just going to step back and say, like I've said before, we are in late stage capitalism. And you can tell it by the functionality of government. It's not working. And they're raising, even with the Treasury and the Fed, they're trying to manipulate the buying power, and it's not working. This thing is falling down very slowly. Is America going to cease to exist next year? No, but you need to start hedging your bets. If you feel this pressure now, this is nothing. We are just starting with logistics, with the interest rates, with the way the world views the United States, and they're pulling back from the dollar. This is all going to be really, really serious. So I understand we have busy lives and we're just trying to hustle and do it, but the game is changing, and you need to understand that, and you need to hedge your bets. So investing in these top three things is a way to save yourself instead of waiting on the government. And I hope you're not waiting on Social Security, because it ain't going to be there for us. Really just trying to make sure you have what you need to survive and not dependent on other people. Okay. That was awesome. Thank you, guys. I look forward to seeing you next Monday, this time, same time, 6 o'clock in the evening. Please, if you have any questions, just email us or comment on the social media. I love answering questions. We will continue this top three things for Black women to invest in, because I think it's very important. So anything, I don't want you to feel stupid or dumb, because they just don't explain this stuff because they want to keep it we are as debt slaves, and we're not going to do that anymore. So if you got something, don't feel ashamed. Just put it out there, and I'll address it. Bye. Thank you. All right, cool. Hmm. Okay. So we're closing out now, but I really want to see every last one of you guys at the meetup. Even if you don't want to buy Bitcoin, it's a good way to educate yourself, to know what's going on currently, and then what you may be interested in next year or whatever. But join us. Bum, bum.